Okay, so this is the ICC in the FG dedicated gas ute. I've just ripped out this sort of like little compartment that's underneath the ICC. That's also, again, how you get to your bolts to remove the ICC. But I'm not going to be putting this back in. I've ordered a stereo with a flip screen like I had in the ambulance. And I'm going to try and mount a stereo underneath the ICC, a separate stereo, separate speakers, separate antenna for the radio. I haven't seen that done before, and I don't want to rely on just I've seen other head units that they've put in here, and they've got all the extra wiring and all that sort of stuff, but I've heard a lot of issues with those as well. I'm going to have a separate stereo with the flip screen that I'm going to try and mount underneath the actual ICC unit itself, because there's a big nice space there, and it's just a waste having just like a little glove compartment. I think the stereo would fit nicely directly under there. I have to run its own battery and earth wires, but I was thinking, while this ICC is out of the ute, I can have a little bit more look and run wires while it's not there. And because the other ICC unit's coming, I paid $300 for the other ICC unit, a bit more than I paid for the XR6 build, where I only paid $100 for that ICC unit for the colour screen. But it's a dual screen, dual thermo, the same as the other ICC video I did, so I'm going to have to be changing all the buttons again. In this it's pretty much, all, it's like the dark colour one, so most likely I'll be changing the front fascia as well. I'll see how I go once I get the ICC. I think it's supposed to be either coming today or tomorrow. But I was thinking, I haven't seen a stereo being mounted under here, so I thought, let's try something different again. And so I don't know if I'll put the reverse camera from the one that's under here or here. I think I'll still do the reverse camera. That'll be right at the very back of the tray on the big screen here. And I can always have another reverse camera running from the bottom stereo if I wanted to. So that's what's going to happen. I'm going to remove this ICC so it's ready for the other one to come. And they're not hard to take off. I think these are 8mm bolts from memory from my other ICC video. You've got to detach the radio antenna down here, and there's 2 more bolts in there. So there's that one that's behind the antenna there, that one there. There's only 4, and you have to take off this lid, which is forward and up, but they're not too hard. The ICCs come out pretty cruisy, so I'm going to get into that now anyway. Yeah, so once you take that lid off again, just remember you got your 2 wires here. One should be a pushy clip behind here, and that'll pop. Oh, and this one it's only 1, but you got the 2 Phillips that you still got to remove. So remember, when you're taking this out, just grab just under there, just under this section here, just hold it there, and then a little bit on the top here, and just do the wiggle. Just shimmy it, like sort of like that, and eventually that'll crack like that. And that's the ICC unit. That's how easy it is. That one-handed right out, and that's all she is. So I was thinking, under here, where are we, to do some sort of mount underneath here that I can put another stereo, but we'll see how we go. But that's out, another ICC Another FG. That's a bit ironic. All good. Hey, look what's arrived. The next ICC for the next FG. Woohoo! There's that box. And look how well they've bubble wrapped it. So there should be no broken screens under this. Here we go. Okay, so unwrapped is this one. So this one cost me 300. The other one I did in the XR6 cost me 100. So I'm out an extra 200. But this is for my personal use, not because I'll be selling the XR6 when she's ready. So this is the ICC out of the FG dedicated gas ute. Same boring, ugly, original screen. But this one is nice and dark. Like the fridge in the background. Woohoo! And the oven! And the cupboard! Alright. So, again, I don't know what it is with these gold ones, but these buttons, I don't know if they came out round or what. Because if you look at these ones, these have got the good tyre looking ones, where these are rounded, whether they're just being totally worn off or what. So, which one should I put back in there? I'm thinking I still like the gold. I like the contrast, so I'll probably go for that one again. Again, if you look at these ICCs, these have got all the dark buttons. Out of my FG ute, it's got the single, where this one again has got the dual. And there's the famous reverse camera plug, where this one has got just the single. So these dark buttons will be replacing these silver buttons, and that just gives it another contrast again. So we're back to the ICC swap zone time again. So we meet again, two ICC units on the carpet again. I can't believe I'm in this exact same predicament of swapping stuff over, but at least the first time I did it has made me feel a bit more confident, and the result of what happens when I do. So the difference is what I'm doing with this one, because I've seen a lot of people there, they change their screens for like a bigger aftermarket screen, and it's got 1,000 wires behind it and costs over $1,000 to put in. I want to put a stereo in between this bracket somehow, and the stereo I've picked is this one. So it's a flip screen, so it comes out $219.98 by VCar. He's got 3,308 feedback. Don't know if it's positive or negative, but most of the things come through anyway, and you can always get your money back if they don't come. So this stereo's got all your maps and iPhone and all that sort of stuff, and Bluetooth and internet. So that stereo, and it does all different colours down here, which is good. But I want to mount a stereo there. So instead of that glove compartment or little money box thing, I want the stereo sitting somewhere here. Now what also I'm doing, let me just go to what else I've had. I'll just pause it for a second. Okay, unpause. So what else I'm getting is this 2 meter extension antenna wire, and this whip sort of flexi whip FM antenna. So it's called a black rubber radio antenna, duck AM FM, and they're only $20, and the extension's $13. So pretty cheap. And so what'll happen is I'll be running my power wire separate and having a separate antenna for the radio, so I can use the radio totally without using the original radio on the ICC, and it'll be running its own power from the. I'll link the wires into the accessory, so that will the radio will still power up when the main head powers up. And I'm going to have to run separate speakers as well. So a little bit extra work, but something that I have not seen done in an FG Ford before. If it's been done, I haven't seen it. So, but its own separate radio, and it looks like it would have nice spacing in between there. So now I'm going to get into swapping things over. If you haven't seen my first ICC video, that'll show you more about what I did, but I'm pretty much doing the same thing. These dark buttons will end up in this unit, and the bottom part of the computer and all that will end up in the bottom of this one, and the screen will remain. So that's pretty much all we have to do as far as that's concerned.